Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. We're bringing you today a timeless reading from Spirit. These are messages of love, inspiration, encouragement, and support from the universe. This is a timeless reading, so whenever this reading finds you is exactly when it's meant to. All of the messages in this reading may resonate with you, but maybe only one or two will. So take what does and leave the rest behind. As always, sometimes some messages click into place a little bit later. But we'll get right into your reading and see what Spirit has to say for you and see what messages that come through for you guys. We're going to start out with a couple of angels and see which archangels are working with you the closest, which ones are right by your side, and what messages that they have to say. So we have first out, we've got Archangel Metatron bringing divine intelligence, and we've got Uriel with trust. Metatron is known as the divine teacher. The doors are open for you to receive divine intelligence, spiritual knowledge, inspiration. This is absolutely wonderful energy. Metatron is quite often, he's known as the record keeper. The doors to the Akashic records are quite often associated with Metatron as well. There's a couple other archangels as well, but Metatron also. So there's a lot of divine blessings and information and guidance that is really headed towards you right now. Spirit brings you a little bit of a spiritual epiphany. Okay, so all of these doors really are open for you. Pay attention to your signs, your symbols, your synchronicities, especially repeating numbers. Quite often we see the repeating numbers throughout our days, but we don't necessarily pay attention to them. Once you start stopping in your tracks when you do see those numbers, instead of dismissing them, you will step into a deeper understanding of what the messages are. Quite often, they're messages that you're on your right track, on the right path. Sometimes they're messages to bring you back to center and remind you of certain things, okay? Especially if you've kind of gone off track, or, if you're engaging in some bad habits or things like that. And Spirit's always trying to kind of guide you towards wherever you're meant to be. And, so we do get those messages that come in here. So pay attention, okay, to any of those signs, symbols, and synchronicities, songs on the radio, animals or insects where they're not supposed to be. They're all guiding you. And pay especially close attention to your dreams, okay, because this is really the time when all of this spiritual information and guidance flows to you, and you are open and receptive to receive all of this and divine intelligence. It's like a little bit of an uplifting energy to take you to the next step. And if you have been on a spiritual journey of any kind, then you probably have already figured out that it's not a one-step process. We constantly evolve as our spiritual selves grow, and we constantly, it's like taking steps, right? We go one up and then another up and then another up. So quite often we do just take those steps as we go along, because if we had a massive spiritual awakening all at one time, we probably wouldn't be able to handle it. So we do those things in steps. So it's a constant evolution there, but those doors are open for you now. But also along your spiritual path with Metatron there, giving you some extra divine wisdom and intelligence there. Metatron can also help you release past ties, past energies that you may still be lingering and holding on to as well. Uriel is a very wonderful energy. Uriel is a very wonderful archangel here, bringing you divine light. It's the divine companion, helping you along your path to your spiritual journey, helping to restore faith into your life, into your situations. And, when we get this particular card here from Ariel, this is quite often a sign that you've been through some things that, perhaps have derailed you, or you feel just things have been working against you at some point, and you may be starting to step out of that energy, but there may still be something lingering there. And when we do go through those hard times in life, sometimes it's hard to trust again. Sometimes it's hard to believe or have faith that things could get better, or that maybe even, to release the belief that we deserved what happened to us. We quite often internalize things, and we quite often blame ourselves for things that maybe were meant to happen as part of our soul's journey on this earth, or maybe things that were not anything really to do with us, but they more occurred from someone that we had partnered up with in our lives, a friend, a romantic partnership. And, sometimes they aren't ready. They're not in the same place that we are, and they leave those energetic ties still with us, even if we think that we have completed a healing journey. So call on Archangel Uriel to help heal, to help move forward, and of course to help restore some faith, trust, and belief in not just yourself, but also your higher self, and also that you can heal and release and move forward. Call on Archangel Metatron. Meditations are usually a really good way to connect with the archangels. And even if you're not really good at meditations, or you're not sure how, there's guided ones out there. The guided meditations are wonderful. They actually just help keep you on track. It's a little bit more targeted. So sometimes, especially if you find your mind wanders or something when you're trying to, connect and do some meditation, then that might be a really good way for you to do that. But you can always just sit in quiet contemplation as well. You don't have to make it any kind of formal kind of thing there whatsoever. Just a few deep breaths and just ask them to come close. If you need to relinquish anything to them, then they will actually really intervene in your situation and help you out a lot more than they already are. So let's see what else we've got here for you. Beautiful rainbow chakra coming up here. We've got responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Love is the highest vibration of all. And of course, love starts within you. When we learn to love ourselves, we can actually bring about some super high vibrational energy into our field, and we can start to heal. We can start to embrace new things, and we can start to move forward. We can start to move on. And sometimes that starts by taking some responsibility for some things, and especially like past relationships and things like that. It does take two to tango sometimes, all right, but this is also releasing yourself of any kind of responsibility that you have harbored from anything in your past, for even things that were beyond your control. And again, sometimes we do blame ourselves for things that others have done. So the amount of love that you express is really important, and especially the love that you express to yourself. And this is really giving you the power to embrace all the love that there is, but also to project that outwardly. Okay, perhaps take different steps, different paths, okay, or just, engage in kind of loving, caring activities with others as well. We've got kindness. So look at this, another rainbow card. Kindness, you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Just like projecting the love outwards, okay, kindness comes hand in hand. And here's the thing is that, some of you could possibly be opening up to your soul's path, your soul's journey. Perhaps part of your reason for being on this earth is to help other people. And even if that's not part of your soul's journey, when we express love and kindness, when we help other people, when we do those random acts of kindness, it uplifts our energy for one, but it also can really make someone else's day as well. And you know what? You never know when you just, if you just kind of give someone a helping hand, sometimes you might not know how deeply that may affect that other person. It could just be something that they just needed right then, right there at that particular time, and maybe something that prevented them from going down into the depths of despair. So Let's see, we also have priorities coming out here. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Okay, when we when we rise above low vibrational energies, when we engage in the positive outlooks and we engage in the higher vibrational activities, we actually manifest more of that into our life. Have you ever noticed? If you're out having fun and you're out with your friends, you're out with your children, you're out with your family, whatever that happens to be for you, you're smiling, you're laughing, and in that moment in time, all is right with the world. Have you ever noticed that people tend to smile back? People tend to gravitate towards you. It's because of all of this beautiful energy that you are projecting out into the universe. It all comes back, it all flows back. So we need to really learn as humans. We do tend to hold on to past things and past energies and things that are the darker, lower vibrational energies. They tend to last and stick and hold on a little bit longer than the loving ones sometimes, right? And it's because those cords run deep and they dig deep into us. So the more we elevate and the more we experience the higher vibrational energies, the more we open to spirit, the more we trust and believe and have faith, then the less attachments that we can have to us. Okay, so your incredible ability to manifest love, deep connections, and of course divine inspiration and knowledge towards you is very much on point right now. Your chakras are all aligned right now, okay? And your root chakra as well, with your sense of stability and security and being really firm in the knowledge and the belief that you are exactly where you're meant to be in this lifetime right now, even if you're in a situation where you don't necessarily always believe that or always feel that. We are always where we're meant to be. So let's see what else we've got coming out here for you. And these are activation cards, by the way. So these are like activating some more energies within you, and they're brought to you, of course, by spirit. So we have here spiritual connection, and there you go. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Your connection and your relationship with spirit, with the archangels, your guides, all beings of the light, goes beyond measure. It's infinite. All right, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And, some people have been here over and over and over again. And some people, it's their first time giving it a crack here on earth. And, that's why people tend to struggle, right? We don't come here with a handbook. So your connection with spirit goes back time immeasurable, goes back beyond time. But the spiritual connection energy here, especially with the manifesting love, can certainly represent that you really do have the power here to attract the people into your life, whether they're friends, whether they're romantic partnerships, whatever that happens to be for you, soulmates, even twin flames. You have this power by opening up to love, by opening up to the divine intelligence, by having faith and trust and believing in yourself, but also the wonderful energies that are happening around you. You can attract those new spiritual connections into your life, and they are people that you have known in a spiritual sense for many lifetimes in some cases. And especially as far as the twin flame energy goes, not everyone believes in that, but it is a deep spiritual union and connection. It is your soul's counterpart. Think of human twins, right? You start from the same source, the same egg. It splits off. You're two very unique souls, but you come from that same source. So your ability here to manifest and attract those really wonderful spiritual relationships into your life is very powerful right now. So open up to that energy, and Metatron can even help you do some research. If you're kind of like, oh, that actually sounds kind of familiar. I've been seeing these signs all over the place, and maybe that is part of the information that's coming your way. We have treasure your loved ones. It is important for you to love others deeply. Okay, our loved ones, when we think of loved ones, we quite often immediately go to family. But family comes in all shapes and sizes, right? Family, we've got our immediate family, right, where we come from, our blood relatives, but we have our chosen family as well. And that chosen family is people we've invited into our lives that we love, that we care for, that we respect, and that enhance our lives. So those are the relationships that we really need to treasure, those important people in our lives, in our realm, and they can help us. And we're not meant to be solitary creatures. Humans are not meant to be alone. We are meant to be with others, and we are meant to have these relationships. We are meant to love. It's part of our purpose here on earth. So treasure those important relationships, treasure your loved ones. And sometimes we need a little bit of a spiritual reminder to spend more time with them in the hustle and bustle of life that we've got here right now, right? Everything is go, 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 go. And sometimes we do need that little reminder. Yeah, you know what? I haven't actually spent a lot of time with my loved ones right about now. I've been so busy. I've been working. I've been doing this. I've been doing this. So this could certainly be Spirit's way of bringing you to center and reminding you to put aside a little bit of time. So here is a guardian angel message here, and we do have conflict coming in. Feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you love, not what you think you should. Right? Sometimes we are dictated by other people's opinions, ideas, and sometimes you need to, in your heart what you need to do. You know in your heart what is right, and that is what you need to follow. Instinctively, your intuition is always guiding you, and sometimes we get led astray because we conform to what other people think that we should do, or we let other people influence us too much. And even though we kind of know that the direction that we choose because of what we've been pressured into is not necessarily right, but sometimes that kind of avoids conflict. Sometimes conflict is actually good because it's kind of standing up for yourself or putting up a boundary and saying, no, you know what, that might be right for you. This is what is right for me. And sometimes people don't like that. When people are trying to give you advice, people are usually coming from a good spot. They want to help, but their advice is based on their upbringing, their experiences, what they have, gone through in their life, in this lifetime or past lifetimes as well. But that's not necessarily in alignment with what you have experienced. And so sometimes they do come from a place of good and they come from a place of love, but ultimately you have the inner knowledge to do what is right for you. Here's your final message here from Spirit, a sea of blessings. Very nice. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are a vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, a sea of blessings. You are the wind that changes that, You are the wind of change that flows through life. Beautiful. All right, and there is that high vibe. And as we said, when you embrace all of that wonderful high vibe energy, that is what you project out, and that's what comes back to you, kind of like the ebb and flow of the ocean. I'm going to leave that there. I really do hope that there was at least one of these messages here that did resonate with you. Hopefully there was more, but if they did, please don't forget to show my channel here a little bit of love. Please hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to leave me a comment, start a conversation down below if you wish as well. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you a lot of love and light, and I hope to see you again here shortly. Bye.